I'm here to talk about why I started the business in Hong Kong. My name is Christian. I grew up in Denmark. I'm half Chinese, and my mom is from Hong Kong, and my dad is from Denmark, so I'm half Danish. I grew up in Copenhagen, just north of Copenhagen, Denmark. To give you some background, Denmark is a country with 5 million people. It's a very lightly dense population. There's 5 million people across 40,000 square kilometers. To give you some background, Hong Kong is about 8 million people squeezed into small boxes in 1,000 square kilometers, something like that. So there's way more people out here. Yeah, so I grew up in Denmark. I went to school there. I worked on some internet websites back then. I've done search and email, banners, all these kind of marketing on the internet. So after school, I decided to go to Hong Kong. I just thought Denmark is it's a great country, by the way. It's there's a great social. I mean, everyone. There's a school system for everyone. There's a decent healthcare. You get on a waiting list. I think most of you guys probably know that in the Western countries there's like huge waiting list for all these hospital services. Even you pay like 60% in taxes. So I was facing the reality that, okay, so you're gonna start a business in Denmark, you have to pay, what is it? Back then it was about 30,000 Hong Kong dollars equivalent for to hire one programmer back then. Whereas in Hong Kong, it was right before SARS, it was after 97, unemployment was still about 5–6%. The staff in Hong Kong for fresh grads was about 8,000 Hong Kong dollars, right? And you could even get people at 5,000 Hong Kong dollars for one person. Right after that person would be right out of university. So, so I decided to move back to Hong Kong. Oh, I moved to Hong Kong. I never grew up here, so so I went to Hong Kong. I started the business. Hired some people in Hong Kong. The cost was very minimal. I would say about 5–6 people here in Hong Kong at 8,000 to 10,000 Hong Kong dollars for one person, one employee, and I started out on building the business. A great tax system here in Hong Kong. There's the tax system is very is pretty straightforward. I mean, there's no VAT. Which is very good for small businesses. You don't have to do a lot of paperwork. In Denmark, I had to, if I started a business in Denmark, I would be doing a lot of paperwork, like all this VAT filing, quarterly reporting, even if you're a small business. So there's all these issues in a lot of Western countries with their complicated tax systems, which I hate, by the way. I'm not the best person with doing paperwork and stuff. I have people who do that now, thankfully. So basically, I come to Hong Kong. I had some family members to help me out with setting out a business, but when I look back at it today, it's very simple. It's just, I mean, it takes 1 or 2 days to set up a business. You buy a box at some company secretary. You tell them a name you want for your business, and then you pay them $1,000 US, and then you're ready to go. Then you have a business license. You have, you basically have everything, right? And then you find a small office. You put some people in. You hire some people, and then it sounds so simple, right? But that's basically what I did. So we had some coders to start building websites and all these things, and then I eventually ended up doing mobile. My background was internet marketing, and I ended up doing mobile. So as of today, our business is pretty worldwide. In Hong Kong, we have about 250 people. and we have 80 people overseas in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, US, Belgium even, and Dubai. So it's a and Brazil actually as well. So it's very worldwide business. Also China, by the way. But so I mean the whole business, our business today is very worldwide business. The only place we're not doing any business, I mean selling our mobile content and mobile services, is basically China. China is a very difficult place to do business, I find. The reason you all laugh, but I mean the reason why we did not do any, we're not very targeted to China is because, I mean personally I think it's very complicated, the law system there. I mean there's no, as Shane said, there's no black and white. It's all very gray. So we from day one we've only been doing business anywhere else but China. And it's been pretty successful. China in itself is basically like 30 countries, 30 plus countries. You have China Mobile there, you have China Unicom, but each carrier has own separate team in every single province. So so we're ending up with the prospects of working with 60 different teams in China. So today we have not done that. What we have done is establish a network with about 110 plus carriers worldwide, from anywhere like North America to South America, plus Europe, South Africa, so basically everywhere. So these 110 carriers in these 25 countries. I mean, I'd rather do business worldwide than doing it in China. The reason in China is that you have, it's true you have 1.1 billion people in China, but in fact only about 400 people have a mobile phone, and to get access to those 400 million people is all over China, right? And to be fair, I mean, their GDP is pretty low compared to elsewhere in the world, like in US, Germany, all these places. So I'd rather do business in Europe or even Hong Kong, where you have high GDP, but you have a lot of people you have more people with a high GDP. So okay, so back to business. Like why I started in Hong Kong is I just think it's a very great platform for doing business. The people here are all educated. Most of them went to high school and university here, and their English skills are very, very good. The only some bad things about Hong Kong is that you can't find enough tech people here. It's very finance focused, accounting wise, and but there's a lot of I mean the middle layer of people here, the middle what is it called, like the middle management teams, like the middle managers here are very, very good across, I mean everything, basic tech as well. But it's hard to find a lot of what is it called, the people that work for the middle management. So we actually set up an office in Shenzhen about half a year ago. So we hired some people there just because you can't find enough tech people here. But my point is that there's a great middle management in Hong Kong if you want to scale your business or build it bigger from Hong Kong. And even the senior management here is also very good. You can find great people. You hire a job consultancy firm to hire some good people for for senior management. So it's a great place to do business. You can find all kinds of people here to help you to scale your business and to bridge the gap, as Shane said, with China. Which if you wanted to enter China, depends. I mean, it all depends on what business you're in. But for myself, yeah, we will look at China. It's just hard, China. Just keep that in mind when you. I mean, Hong Kong is still a very great place to do business if you want to go to Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, because this is like centrally located. You can go anywhere within 5 hours. I mean, whereas like other countries in Southeast Asia, it takes forever to go to Japan, Shanghai, Beijing. But Hong Kong is like 3 hours. 3 hours you can go to anywhere in China. 3 hours, 4 hours you're in Japan. So, yeah. Yeah. Any questions? Let me know. Thanks.